What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This episode number 55, and we start today's episode off with Leroy Fer coming to us and saying he's worried about the speculation he's been having and all the speculation the media have been creating, and he says he's worried, he's concerned, and he hopes we'll give him another chance. And I was like, what on earth are you talking about, mate? Seriously, you have been our first choice midfielder since the series started. I absolutely love putting you in the team because you work so hard. I've got no idea why he came to us and said that, because there's been no media articles, there's been no news articles or anything. I tend to show you the news articles if I find they're important, but there's been no news articles, there's been no player conversations prior to that. He literally just came to us out of the blue and said he's worried about the speculation. What speculation? Seriously. So it was a bit of an odd one, especially because he's still been our centre midfielder. He's been our first choice midfielder all through the series, so it's not like we haven't been giving him any chances. So I don't know what he was going on about, to be honest. I think he'd just been on the lash a bit last night. So anyway, we take on Arsenal for the first game of the episode here, away at the Emirates Stadium. And of course, these are the games, as I said in the last episode, these are the games we have to win, or possibly the episode before that. These are the games we have to win. The teams in the top four, we have to beat them. If we want to overtake them, we have to beat them. So this really was a must-win game. Of course, last year we won this game. Last year away at the Emirates, we won by a goal to nil. We also won 2-1 at home as well at the end of last season. And we also drew with Arsenal this season, 1-1. So we're coming into this game undefeated against Arsenal so far in this series. So I was feeling relatively confident, but of course, as they are looking to actually push on and try and win the title this season in the game, I was also feeling a little bit negative. So it was a bit of a mixed emotions, really, because I know we'd have to be at our best defensively, because in the 11th minute they had our first chance of the game. Theo Walcott taking aim from a tight angle, but Jack Butler made the save, so still 0-0. But in the 18th minute here, Callum Chambers puts Podolski on the floor, goes down the right hand side, crosses the ball in towards the middle, it's headed away, comes to Gary Hooper. Hooper collects it here, takes aim with his left foot, just wide the post by Gary Hooper. In a bit of a slump at the moment, Hooper, so unlucky not to score there. But in the 23rd minute, Gary Hooper collects it again. The former Celtic striker rolls it off to Leroy Fer. Fer plays it through to Anthony. Anthony takes on Koscielny here. Nice stop here, gets onto his left foot, good strike, well saved by Szczesny, and Arsenal managed to clear it. And in the 43rd minute here, Arsenal try and play out from the back, give it away. Hooper wins it back, comes to Nathan Redmond. Redmond takes on his man, goes down the right hand side, lovely run, hurdles the challenge, strikes at the near post. Again, Szczesny makes the save, and it is still 0-0. But on the stroke of half time, in injury time here in the first half, and Josh Townsend collects the ball, goes down the right hand side, lovely double step over, gets himself onto his left foot here. Good shooting opportunity, but he rolls it off to Shaloba. He's waiting for the run of Olsen. Here it is. Olsen gets past his man, takes aim, and again, Szczesny makes the save. He was playing so amazing in this game. The Polish goalkeeper just wouldn't let us score. And from the corner, it was crossed in towards the head of Leroy Fer. It's headed up in the air. It comes to Jack Wilshere. Arsenal come on the break here. Wilshere rolls it through to Podolski, the German, who collects the ball here. Rolls it through to Theo Walcott. Down the right hand side here. Walcott with the pace. Takes on his man. Beats him for pace. Keeps on going. Crosses the ball in. Free header for Podolski. What a great save by Butland. It was actually a flag up for offside, but even so, what a fantastic save. And still 0-0. So a very action-packed first half. And in the 48th minute, we had a great chance to start the second half with Anthony coming through here. And again, Szczesny makes an incredible save. He is just so amazing on this game, and it was still 0-0. And in the 55th minute here, Santi Cazorla collects it, gives it to Nicholas Bentner. It's rolled to Lucas Podolski, who puts the ball wide, and that should have been 1-0 to Arsenal, but still 0-0. And in the 73rd minute, Arsenal came through again. Jack Wilshere collects it and gives it to Lucas Podolski. Cabaye finds Wilshere. Wilshere rolls it through to Podolski. Podolski down the left hand side. It takes on Callum Chambers, gives it to Gibbs, crosses it towards the far post. Bentner's header just wide of the post by Nicholas Bentner. And in the 83rd minute, Jack Wilshere down the left hand side. Another good chance from Arsenal down the left. Wilshere holds off the press, gives it to Podolski. First time cross, Theo Walcott, free volley, far post. 6 minutes to go. Arsenal 1, Norwich 0, and just complete heartbreak, really, because a point in this game would have been fantastic. It really would. Taking on the big teams away from home, getting a point would be really, really crucial. So sadly, Theo Walcott gets the goal with 6 minutes to go, and it looks as though Arsenal are going to snatch all 3 points from us here at the Emirates. But straight from kick-off, we collected the ball here. It was Odalusi who collected it and chipped it through to Nathan Redmond down the left-hand side, takes on his man, beats him for pace. First shot is well blocked, and then that happens. And I mean, well, I have no idea how the referee didn't give this as a penalty. Redmond's first shot was blocked well, but as you can see by the replay, Walcott goes to clear, but just takes him down from behind, basically forces Nathan Redmond to do the splits. And I have no idea how the ref didn't get it as a penalty. It was the last chance of the game. It should have been given as a penalty. It was a clear infringement. You know, I mean, on the touchline, I was absolutely furious. I was kicking water bottles. I was, you know, flashing the V's to the crowd. I was having a bit of a touchline row with Arsene Wenger. But no, I mean, I don't know, it wasn't a penalty, to be honest. I mean, it's funny, the decisions on this game are really, really weird. Sometimes you'll see a penalty given and you're sitting there thinking, how on earth is that a penalty? You know, think back a couple episodes ago against Liverpool, you know, when Butland clearly gets the ball and, you know, dives in at the striker's feet but wins it clearly, and he gives a penalty, and you're thinking, how on earth is that a penalty? And then a decision like that happens where, you know, Walcott just completely hacks down Redmond from behind in the box and the referee says nothing. It's weird. The decisions on this game from the officials are just really, really odd. I've found a lot weirder than last year. But anyway, as we brushed on in the last episode, I think it was, Belgium said they were going to be reviewing our international performance, and they may not be offering us a new contract. However, they did offer us a new contract. We decided to stall it for the time being, and then a day afterwards, Switzerland come to us and say, will you manage our nation instead? And that's just pure desperation. Literally a day after we stalled the Belgium offer, Switzerland say, no, take us on instead. So, yeah, that's funny. But, yeah, we stall the offers. I mean, you know, at the end of the day, I'm not going to take Switzerland. If it's between Switzerland and Belgium, I'm obviously going to stay with Belgium. But even so, it's always nice to have people interested in you. And, yeah, I mean, you know, I don't want to take on Switzerland. I'd rather have Belgium, but we're waiting for a better nation. You know, we're waiting for someone. I mean, you know, I'll be honest here. I'm waiting for England. Basically, I'm waiting for England to come in, and then we can take them. And I think that would be more interesting for you guys. So we'll wait and see. It will most likely be staying with Belgium because I can't see England coming in. Because, you know, if anyone was watching my career mode last year, you'll know that England just would not bother with us at all. You know, despite what we were doing with Spain, and it was ridiculous, really. But you know, we'll be hoping for the England job, and we'll have to wait and see. But anyway, we take on Newcastle for the following game here, coming into this game at St James's Park, looking to make amends after that 1-0 defeat away at Arsenal. Coming into this game away from home, looking to try and get back to winning ways. And we did have the first chance in the 12th minute. Nathan Redmond with a fantastic touch goes through, and again the referee doesn't give a penalty. And again, I was sitting there thinking, it's Redmond again. Redmond is getting completely targeted here, and the referees are just letting them hack him down. It's absolutely ridiculous. That was another clear penalty. Maybe not as clear as the Arsenal one, but even so, it looks like a penalty to me. And still 0-0. And in a few minutes after that, Redmond comes through again, fake shots around his man, gets past him with a nice piece of skill. Ronaldo chop, keeps on his feet this time, takes aim, good save by Tim Krul, and he claims the rebound as well. So still 0-0 here. Redmond very unlucky not to have a penalty in this game, and of course in the Arsenal game. So he was very, very frustrated with what was going on at the moment. We just weren't getting the luck. But in the 26th minute, Gary Hooper finds Anthony, and again, Tim Krul makes a good save. He had a very good start in this game to keep the score at 0-0, and from a resulting corner, Towns crosses the ball in, and Sebastian Bassong's header is straight into the gloves of Tim Krul, so still 0-0. But in the 32nd minute, Leroy Fer collects the ball, gives it to Anthony. Fer rolls it through to Gary Hooper, and well, I just don't know what to say about this one. I mean, you know, if you want to say the last two penalty decisions were debatable, I don't think there's much debate about this one, as you'll see in the replay. Gary Hooper gets played through by Fer, one-on-one, rounds Tim Krul, and I mean, you know, how is that not a penalty? Are you absolutely serious? I mean, sure, he rounds the goalkeeper, and obviously Colaccini was probably going to be favourite to clear the ball, even if Hooper did manage to ride the challenge of Krul, but even so, it's a clear foul. I mean, how is the referee avoiding this? This is clear bias. This is clear absolute bias. The Premier League don't want us to qualify for the top four. They're match fixing right now. They're bringing in referees that just won't give us decisions. They're just making sure we won't get to the top four for whatever reasons. It's just embarrassing from the league. But yeah, still 0-0. And in the 45th minute here, we were still goalless. But Anthony got played through down left-hand side. A great chance to get the first chance of the game. Rolls it through to Redmond. Great pass through to Gary Hooper. What a fantastic save by Krul. Then the block. It comes to Leroy Fer. And Newcastle managed to clear it. So sadly, we just couldn't take any of the chances. We should have had 2 penalties though. So I was still very frustrated. And in the 49th minute, Tim Krul makes another great save. What a game he was having. happening. And a couple minutes after that, Tiote chips the ball over to Doumbia, goes through 1-1 with Butland here, great chance, but he hits the post, and Chris Smalling puts the ball out for a corner, so still 0-0. But in the 53rd minute here, Gary Hoover comes through, gets muscled off the ball, and Newcastle clear. However, it's eventually given away by Taylor here, runs straight into Townsend, God knows what he was doing, and it's a great finish by Townsend with the right foot into the bottom corner to make it 1-0. And finally we had that goal. We were knocking on the door all game, but finally Townsend scored to make it 1-0. And who needs referees, man? Seriously, we're fine. We don't need the referees to help us out. You know, we don't need the referees can be as biased as they like. We can still qualify for the Champions League without them. And it was still 1-0. But in the 66th minute here, a great save by Krul again. But again, Townsend gets the goal. A great finish. It finishes 2-0, and we collect all 3 points in a very debatable game. But as always, guys, big thank you for watching today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you have, please leave a like, and I will see you for the next episode of Career Mode tomorrow.